fossilization of behaviors is a continuous process that occurs twofold. Through the calcification of organisms into fossils, as well as through the fossilization of recurring instincts into the behavior of the entire species. Utilization of new technological tools for the analysis of fossilized remains allows paleontologists to venture beyond the realm of speculation, comparative anatomy, and biomechanical modeling, allowed biologists to simulate the behavioral patterns of extinct organisms from available empirical evidence provided by these fossils, combined with scrupulous comparison with extant analogues.
Some organisms were fossilized in flagrante delicto, caught in the act of feeding, like a squid, grappling with the crustacean it was trying to devour. Similarly, certain behavioral patterns became so deeply embedded in the DNA of living organisms that they persist like fossils in descendant species linked genetically to their extinct ancestors. Passage of DNA material has preserved behaviors that might otherwise have been lost. For example, the genetic material that triggers predatory instincts in modern avian scavengers, such as vultures, has been scientifically linked to DNA shared with ancient dinosaur scavengers like Spinosaurus.
As noted earlier, the DNA of extinct and extant species show remarkable similarities, though the expression of behaviors have been shaped by epigenetic factors. Some behaviors have become suppressed, while others have become more prominent as the genome adapted to changing environmental demands.
Fossils are invaluable for studying such adaptations. Body fossils, like bones, reveal anatomical adaptations linked to specific behaviors, while trace fossils, such as footprints, burrow, and trails, offer direct insight into the movements and interactions of these species. Pristinely preserved fossils, like the dinosaur trackways at Pedra de Mua, or shells of fish, fossilized in limestone in Colorado, capture entire scenes of paleoecological relationships between organisms. Low-quality fossils such as coprolite have undergone chemical analysis that deciphered diet and digestion of dinosaurs. A holistic approach to analyzing various pieces of empirical evidence have enabled scientists to partially reconstruct the food chains of primeval ecosystem and begin assigning trophic levels to these organisms.
Such analysis has been further enhanced by modern technological tools. Application of biomechanical software to evaluate the adaptation of skeletal structure in toes of extinct mammals allowed physicists to speculate on the kinematics and movement within these organisms. For example, scientists have begun to categorize tetrapod species which walk upright or with a sprawling gait based on the adaptations present within the pentadactyl limb of these organisms. In conclusion, fossilization of behaviors is possible, but not only within rock or clay, but within the genetic material of organisms. While only occasional traces of behavior can be learned from fossils, behaviors of extinct species have genetically fossilized in the DNA of extant species.